Hi, I'm Isaac and you're watching Isaac's Bushcraft and Survival. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get water in a survival situation. So let's get started. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a gypsy well. And the best way to go about that is we're going to find a spot about 5 feet or so from the shore. Maybe a little bit less, a little bit more, depends. What we're going to do is we're going to dig a hole about a foot down. And what will happen is the water will start seeping through from the river, and it'll help purify it, because the water that I am by right now has tested positive for E. coli, and a seep well actually surprisingly filters out E. coli. It doesn't filter out all viruses, but it does help filter out E. coli. So I'm going to get started digging out a bit of this here to get a hole down. It's not easy. This is kind of rocky, clayey, dirt soil. There's rocks all over the place in it, so it's not the easiest to dig. I'm not using a shovel because I didn't bring one. I'm just using actually a tin can lid, which will technically work. I mean, in a survival situation, that's the only thing you'll probably have. I'm just gonna keep digging. It's gonna take some time. We want to go about a foot down, maybe a foot and a half, depending. I'm just going to keep digging down. Yeah, a shovel would definitely work better. But I'm kind of going the more survival aspect of it, because in a survival situation, you're not going to have a shovel. So I'm just, like I said, using a tin can lid. So I'm going to keep digging this, and I'll get it dug down about a foot, and then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so we got our hole dug down about a foot down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and we're gonna take a tin can. That's all I've got right now. We're just gonna scoop it and dump it out. Scoop it and dump it out. But we wanna be really careful not to get any sediment in it, because you don't wanna stir up any dirt or any of that. You want it to eventually clear up. So as you can see, it's really dirty right now. We're just gonna keep doing that until it gets clearer gradually. It's gonna take time. What we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop it out. Then we're gonna let it settle for a little bit. Scoop it out some more, let it settle until it finally starts clearing up. And what we might eventually do, since this doesn't seem to want to clear up very well, is we're going to probably take it and we're going to let it sit for maybe a half hour or an hour. And then it will clear up gradually and become safer to drink. Right now it actually is clearing up pretty well. I just gotta, yeah, see, that clump just fell in. I hate when that happens. But you just gotta be careful when you're doing it. Just to keep scooping out, getting rid of it. Scooping out. Gosh, get rid of it. Just keep doing that. We're just gonna keep that up. My apologies for the wind. There's a lot of wind right now. It's a bit windy. Not ideal, but yeah, it's starting to clear up actually. It takes time. We're just gonna keep scooping it. And just keep scooping it. We'll just keep doing that for, like I said, the system we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop it, let it flow in. Scoop it, let it flow in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop it out, and once it seeps through, we're going to we're gonna scoop it out, and then let it seep through again, and then scoop it out, and let it seep through again and scoop it out. We'll probably do that about 3 times until it starts becoming clearer. I'll show you when it starts becoming clearer. It probably take, my guess is it could take an hour or so, maybe a half hour. Probably a half hour with all the scooping, but then you want to let it sit for another half hour or 2 just for it to settle down and the dirt to settle out. And I'll show you that when that gets done. But for right now, I'm just going to keep scooping. And just on a side note, while that's filtering, I just found some baby stinging nettle. It's tiny. It's actually just popping up, but pop some off. A lot of times what I just do is roll it up in a ball and eat it. You gotta make sure you grind it with your molars thoroughly. That way it gets rid of the stinging sensation, but no, this is baby stinging nettle. It's really good, full of nutrients. It's really good for you. I'll try to show you here. I don't know if you can see the stinging hairs. Try to get this grass out of the way. But yeah, that's a edible wild plant that is actually just starting to come up this spring. So yeah, you can see the little stinging hairs right over there. Try to show you it better, but yeah, that's stinging nettle. So just a plant for you guys to know about. Okay, so our water has cleared up drastically. I'll show you the difference. So here, I'm gonna be careful about it because I don't want to suck in anything and I don't want to stir up the water, but just saying. But as you can see, our water is relatively clear. It's still slightly hazy. If you gave it another probably hour or so just to settle, it'd probably be completely clear. As you can tell, it's pretty clear right there. I might just give it a little bit longer. You could probably drink this, but there's still technically sediment in it. So you just want to be careful of that. I mean, you don't want to drink sediment, so I think I'm just going to let it settle for just a little bit more here. And then I'll attempt to drink it. But this is just about what it looks like when you have it almost filtered to where it needs to be. It needs to be completely clear though. Or it may not get to be completely clear because we're in a dirt hole. So, like I said, I'm going to attempt to get it clear, a little bit more clear. We'll see. If you want to make sure your water does get a little bit clearer though, you can put in some sort of rocks or even some sort of cedar bark or something, or line the edges with some sort of bark or something like that, and it'll help keep it clear because it'll keep the dirt from flowing into your water. So that's just a good option there. Another thing with these seep wells is you want to make sure they're about 5 feet or 3 feet away from the shore if you're in clay soil. If you're in sand, you can go up to upwards of 5 to 10 feet away from the edge of the water, because sand filters easier than clay. But like I said, for now, this looks good. I would drink it, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit longer and see if it clears up. Tastes just like normal water. It's a little bit hazier. Like I said, I can't seem to get that out. Let me guess, probably, I'd say if you gave it like another couple hours, probably settle out completely. But no, this is perfectly clear, almost. I mean, there's a tiny bit of haze, but it doesn't have any off taste. It tastes actually like water that you get from your faucet, which is kind of amazing actually. You'd think it'd have some sort of a dirt taste or a earthy taste or something like that, but just a pre-warning before you do this, just make sure that if you do it and you get sick, just remember it's not my fault. there's a lot of variables. Like I said, if you want it 100% safe water source, boil it whenever you can. If you don't have that option and you're in an extreme survival situation, I'd go for this. But if you don't have any way of boiling it, this is a great way to get water in a quick hurry for a survival situation. It is relatively clear. Like I said, looks mighty good in a survival situation. So, like I said, I'd only try this in extreme survival conditions. If you do try this and get sick, it's not my fault. This filters out E. coli. It doesn't get rid of all viruses or bacteria. So there's still some different viruses in here. That being said, not all viruses harm you, but there's still a risk that you could still get sick. Nothing, if you don't boil your water, then yeah, there's like, the only way to 100% make sure your water is safe is boiling it. If you have that option, always boil it. If not, this is like the second best option, or not the second best option, but a great option if you have nothing else. So just keep that in mind. If you get sick, not my fault. That was just kind of my warning to you guys. But yeah, this is an amazing option. Like I said, I could drink straight from that, but I get sick because there's E. coli in there. So, like I said, it's not completely clear, but tastes great. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy the video. If you like this kind of content, please consider liking and subscribing, and give me a comment of what you'd like to see next. I'm always open to comments. So I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Ah.